Yes, y'all. Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have opinions or queries you wish to share, we have multiple ways to be reached. The email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. On Twitter, it's at skimpod, SKIMPOD.
Stays Crunchy.
And if you're feeling froggy, go on and jump into our voicemail line at 216-3028-POD. That's 216-302-8763. The show can be heard on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and as always at our website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com.
Stays Crunchy.
Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show on your own social media feeds. And if you want to get at us directly, feel free to reach out via our personal Twitter.
Stays.
It's at Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and I'm your host, Tabrail713.
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
So what's good, people? Stays Crunchy Milk, episode 276 from the comfy confines of 200 Public Square. As the one who has to edit the show, I listened to that one last week, and it really was echoey as fuck. But it was good content. So I kind of feel like you break down, you get okay. If what we say is dope, and it just sounds kind of weird in the environment we're in, then there you know, hey, I feel like I broke you even at that point. Plus the shit free. Come on, man. I'm trying. Full house today. Hadn't had that in a bit. So, you know what I'm saying? You got my man Tatum 216, the real ODP, Lunchbox 2099, just returning from a little time off himself. Yep. And we doing the goddamn thing. And we eating, so you might hear chewing. So, sorry.
I guess me and Gabe can start off because we're not eating.
Yeah. The non-eating ones.
Yeah, sorry. I haven't eaten anything yesterday. So.
I did. I finished off the last of the Thanksgiving leftovers.
We were just discussing that in line.
It only took a week.
Up until Monday.
But then when they sent it home,
I had Thanksgiving like 4 days straight. And just when I came into work one day, I was like, we gotta go. Anthony was like, we're going for lunch. I'm like, we gotta go space with some roughage. We need to clear them. We need some straight up vegetable going down in the system.
You know, have sweet potatoes? Sweet potatoes are supposed to have.
I had sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes are pretty much a dessert.
Yeah.
Well, they taste
I guess
sweet,
yeah.
But they do clear you out.
That's true. I seen a post that was a friend of mine posted. It was like, y'all talking about y'all don't want to eat Thanksgiving for 2 days in a row, but y'all eat a meal prep every day for a week.
What's meal prep?
It's pretty much like breakfast and lunch. The same, like in these individual bowls, you put them in your refrigerators. It's like, you prep your meals for a week or more.
Or longer, yeah.
Helps control calories and everything. Saves you time, like, because you're cooking a big batch at once and then doling it out, rather than continuously cooking throughout the week.
Huh. Sounds interesting.
Yeah. And, that's the big thing right now. But, hey, you meal prep Thanksgiving food. I mean, that could be a week worth of meal.
It really could be. So, Vanessa asked me this morning, was like, is it time to get rid of Thanksgiving? I go, we're going to hold on that for one more day.
I'm going to go with, like, they pick up our trash on Monday. So, Sunday, I'm going to clear everything out that I didn't need. Which isn't much, but
ours is tomorrow, Friday, from where we record this. And so tonight is it.
Yeah.
But my kid has a concert tonight. It's already kind of fucking up the game because I got to go do that. But
Did you get those pants?
Oh, yeah. We went the next day.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got him. He needed all black. He had to be like a ninja.
Okay.
For this is his first high school choir concert. So
Why does it got to be in all black?
that's what they wear.
Okay.
As I think about, I'm like, should I put a tie on him at all? But
You have to get a black tie. I have a black tie.
You can wear an ascot.
keep it jaunty. Yeah. How was your Thanksgiving? You weren't here to share with us last week.
It was all right. We stayed home, cooked a lot, and like I'm the only one who really likes Thanksgiving meal in our house, so it fell upon me to eat a lot of the leftovers.
I feel like you had to.
Did you make anything?
No. I made the money that paid for it. So yes, in a way, I made everything.
Blinking white guy gift. Wow.
So, all right.
I showed up empty-handed, so.
What is your favorite thing to eat? Like your number one thing?
I really like the sweet potatoes and I was again the only one in the house. Like,
Sweet potatoes that you bought?
yes, the sweet potatoes that I bought. My wife prepared them by like melting marshmallow and butter in them. and some brown sugar. No cinnamon because my daughter does not like cinnamon. But then she wouldn't even try the damn sweet potatoes in the first place. Like it's like a dessert. Try the sweet potatoes. No one wanted to try the sweet potatoes.
Yeah,
I ate a lot of sweet potatoes.
Did you just like put blow some cinnamon in everybody? Like,
I should have.
Like, oh shit, y'all gonna kill me.
I should have told her to add the cinnamon in the first place, but she asked me, and she said, "Well, my oldest daughter, she doesn't like." Actually, I shouldn't say because my baby, who's just turned 9 months on Thanksgiving, fucked up a lot of food: mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes. We didn't give her. She's not eating meat yet. She's just a baby. Stuffing.
The mushy goods.
The mushy stuff. Yes, the mushy stuff. And she loved it. And she was covered in it.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I know you probably experienced this a couple more times than me, but the things that change in between children, the things they say you can and can't do. Like the number one thing is still no, you can't get with no honey. But they were saying like. I think with Emery, like, oh, you can give them meat. Like, I don't really fuck with the meat in the jars to begin with. But like, yeah, you can start giving them the meat in the jars and stuff like that. And,
meat in the jars?
You know, the...
jar meat doesn't sound... It's
like Gerber.
Well, I know what you mean, but the concept of jar meat sounds gross.
I put my meat in jars every once in a while, stir it up.
Like,
jar meat.
It might be an alternative title to this episode if you go to the website and you ever click on there. Jar meat. Just makes me happy. I like the way it sounds.
It's like, because it'll be chicken breast. It's just chicken breast and water, or turkey breast and water, and then like you see the consistency. Like it's just super gross. But
you can't give a baby honey, but RKelly thinks you can give a baby honey love.
My sister's gonna babysit him.
Well, he giving it. He not really. He taking it pretty much. Give me that honey love.
That's one of.
That's literally the song. Give me that honey love. That's all you are correct.
I never thought of it as a demand before.
It's a demand.
He does. It's one of those. Again, we talked about this on the show before. It's one of those R&B songs that like starts off with reassurance. Why do you have to like? If you're about to sing a loving song to a woman, why do you have to like sound like you're talking her down? Like, don't worry, don't be afraid. Like, it's not a good start to pillow talk.
It's not.
Aaron Hall, man. Don't be afraid, baby. It's literally the name of one of his songs.
Why do you have to tell a woman that you're gonna make love to that?
I don't know. Maybe you just pull out your dick and it's just like, hold on,
man. Maybe they should just know. Who needs warning?
I mean, sometimes you gotta give one.
I know when I do things that are, relatively spontaneous and new to me, that I don't like reassurance.
I guess
the point stands in that I feel like these dudes are all fucking young girls, and I'm looking at them all a little sideways because that's who you need to like give some like coaching into, some understanding to. Because if you in a relationship and y'all about to get bone down, even the first go around, everybody should be on the same page. Consent should have been had.
Yeah.
Damn it! You just changed the whole the '80s R&B to something.
I'm like Lunch. When I start hearing, "Don't be scared, don't be afraid," I'm like, wait a minute.
Why should I not be afraid?
Yeah, that right away puts me on edge.
It raises hackles. It don't make you comfortable. It makes you like, whoa.
I guess the alternative is not much better. Like, yeah, girl, be afraid, be terrified, be scared for your life.
I mean, that is a subcategory of videos on the internet.
Maybe I should just come out with a song called "I'm Sorry, but I'm Girthy." Maybe that'll be better. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm girthy.
I'm gonna give you the business. I'm sorry, but I'm girthy.
Yeah.
We need 8 more for an album.
I gotta sign up, please say don't hurt me. I just wanna make, if you're properly lubricated, it won't be that bad. I don't know. Maybe they just couldn't say that in the song.
Did you do your Kegels?
After this, we will have bagels in the morning.
That's a lot of carbs. You guys are going to need a nap after.
Maybe you should stretch. Or I will make you retch. No.
Yeah.
You think of a rhyme for stretch.
She might retch because it'll hit her head bitch back of her throat. I think it's spot on.
I understand it. It's just a lot to take in.
On multiple levels.
It's a lot to take in.
Another song.
Yeah, I mean, it's better
That's
than
the remix.
It's better than like leaving her like thinking begging her
the
down.
Remix edition of the song about gagging.
I'm not trying to brag, but girl, you gon' gag.
Well, I'm saying
I got 5 references that you might want to call before you give me them draws.
it seems all those songs with these little warning shots seem to imply that, like I said, they fuck with some young women who don't know no better, and I don't like that.
We don't have to assume that about one of the guys.
And one of these people's places, there is literal, reams of evidence to prove that to that fact. And so, if I don't know about Aaron Hall, I don't know his sexual life story, but now I'm extra uncomfortable about it. And I feel like RKelly and him both had the same steez going, so maybe they both own that shit.
Don't be afraid.
He literally has a whole song called that.
Yeah.
Off the Juice soundtrack. Juice? That was a good one. What did Sam Jackson play in Juice?
He was the guy who's robbing the bar.
So then he just did the exact same role in Coming to America?
Well,
Freeze, you disease rhinoceros pizzle.
it's the same character, actually. They're in the shared universe. He survived Coming to America, but he didn't survive in Juice. And that was his story. That was his character's arc.
Okay. Fair enough. Man, now I'm thinking about these love songs. We were just talking about Piece of My Love the other day. Arguing over if he said dumb bitch. I mean,
I gotta listen to it again. I didn't hear it.
Do you think he said come on baby?
Well, Come On Baby and Dumb Bitch don't sound the same.
That's what he said.
What about Come On Eileen?
I mean,
I don't know what that is.
oh, I swear. But don't worry, I will probably give you the little bit of the. That's mere, not even a full second of music in this episode. I'll probably edit it in here, and you can tell me if you hear "Dumb Bitch" or "Come On Baby."
Give me one
It
second.
sounds like somebody caught by their mom.
I know, but I want to clean. I want to clean.
What'd you say? I said, "Come on, baby."
We'll pause this.
We can play the whole song.
No.
right there.
What does he say?
Oh, I heard it that time.
Put it up to the mic. That is clear enough. Where that if it don't carry, I'll just edit in a clean one.
That doesn't even sound like "Come On, Baby."
Yeah. Maybe Come On Eileen, but not Come On Baby.
Skeet.
Yeah, what's going on with that song?
Come On,
I guess he
Eileen,
said,
or
come on,
Skeet?
like, come on with me, but I mean, really was he threatening Eileen at that point?
Come on, Eileen, don't be scared.
I got all this dirt for you.
Get in the car.
Yeah, it's on child lock. That's for the kids I had earlier. No, not in that way. I'm sorry, baby. Don't be afraid.
Oh my god. Yeah, the whole arguing over if he said dumb bitch thing. The fact that it came back up here, I feel like almost 30 years later, really kind of messed me up. I was like, what? How did I know he said
I
that?
don't know. That feels pretty definitive.
I've always thought so.
I was trying to say, if you weren't such a dumb bitch, you would get the whole of my love, not the piece
I
of
don't
it.
understand it. I never did understand it. You can have a piece of my love. Dumb bitch is waiting for you. It's like, what are you doing there, sir? What are you implying? You're insulting me. But I'm glad you had a good Thanksgiving.
I did.
Glad you got your thankful on.
I do have actually. I forgot. No, not all the leftovers are gone. There's a piece of apple pie still in the fridge.
A singular piece of apple pie.
One singular, but it's a pretty big piece.
Right on.
And we're out of whipped cream. So I just have to straight up eat an apple pie, or
Go buy some whipped cream. It's not that difficult.
then I'd have whipped cream left over.
I don't understand how that's a problem at all.
I guess I could put it on my coffee.
Just buy some heavy cream and whip it up yourself, and then
Comes in a little. You can buy that. You can buy
A
just
lot
a
of
little.
work to eat a big piece of pie.
Oh, yeah, but if you gotta respect the pie, why not?
Or just eat the pie. It's not a bad pie.
I'm just
It might not need the whipped cream.
a la mode that bitch. Eat some ice cream.
yeah, I've never I've made whipped cream for other stuff, but I never had whipped cream on my pie before.
Some pies need it. Like pumpkin pie. I don't love pumpkin pie, but it was made and it had to get eaten, and I had some.
Oh. Yeah.
I already fuck with pumpkin pie. It's not a pie of my stand. It's off. It don't taste right.
The sweet potatoes were sweeter than the pumpkin pie, and I had that as a side dish, not a dessert.
can't trust pumpkin pie, man. Some bullshit.
Trust pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I got some sweet potatoes. I'm gonna probably make a sweet potato pie. I got some leftovers. I also have some white sweet potatoes. Maybe I'll mix them together.
Yeah.
White sweet potato. That sounds like you should be hanging out with white chocolate.
White sweet potato could be somebody's pimp name. That does work.
I agree.
I was listening to a Lasertime podcast, and they just did a special about Blaxploitation films.
Yeah.
Luckily, they had a black person on to talk about it. Smart move for these white guys. But it was. I was also like as they talk about like just the various pimp names. That's how I found out about Eddie Murphy doing this.
The Dolomite movie.
Rudy Ray More.
Rudy Ray More. Yeah.
Dolomite. I mean, well, yeah, Rudy Ray More movie. So Eddie Murphy is apparently is in the midst of. I don't know if they finished shooting yet. Is going to play Rudy Ray More in a Netflix movie written by the guys who did Old Brother Where Out There. No, who did
The
Ed
Coen
Wood.
brothers?
Who wrote Ed Wood. That's an Oscar-winning movie. So, yeah.
I mean, after looking at the cast, I was kind of like, yeah, but then I was like, Craig Robinson probably would have been a better Dolomite.
Yeah.
But he looks just like Dolomite. But
And he's funny. But no, Eddie Murphy's funny too. Why did I
Eddie
say
Murphy's funny, but he's like small. And I mean, Eddie Murphy's not like.
You seen the shots from the set?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He don't even got the, I don't know. I mean, Dolomite was like a girthy guy, but I mean, I don't know. It was.
You ruined that word.
He was naked in a couple of those movies. But I don't know. I have such a fond memories of watching those movies when I was a kid. Like, my uncle Chris rented. I think it was the first one.
Okay.
Like the first Dolomite proper. And I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? Because this is exactly how it went down. So this had to be 1992. What's that Snoop verse? Put up into something like my name was Dolomite. And I was like, who was Dolomite?
Clock and a grip.
Yeah, it's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who was Dolomite? My Uncle Chris was like, well, let's get this shit done. We went to Nicky's on Buckeye, which is like a record store that's still there. I don't know how the fuck it's still there. Nicky must be selling dope out of that bad boy. Cause if I can find the pictures, I'll send it to T of me going to Nicky's and meeting the fat boys up there.
Nice.
Like Nicky's was just a neighborhood place that like every rapper. Every rapper who's ever been alive has come.
As soon as I was pulling it up, but it literally came before you saw it. It just popped on the screen before it even came on the screen. I'm not looking at it. Pimping hoes and clocking the grip
like my name was Dolomite. So we couldn't get that shit right.
I was about to look it up, but then it literally came in my head before it even popped on the screen. I just want y'all to know I didn't look that up. My head brought that out before I even got there.
So
I didn't even swipe on the screen yet.
So yeah, those movies were like a big part of my childhood. Like I seen Dolomite, then I seen Dolomite the Human Tornado, then I seen Petey Wheatstraw, the Devil's Son-in-Law, which isn't a Dolomite movie, but is the best movie of that with Rudy Ray Moore. He comes out of the womb like 13 years old and punches the doctor. That movie is fucking incredible. So if I have to put it in order, I go Petey Wheatstraw, the Devil's Son-in-Law, Dolomite 2, the Human Tornado, where she is having sex in a room and the whole room starts spinning, it turns into the Human Tornado, and then after he gets done, the sheriff comes in. He's having sex with the sheriff's wife, and he was like, baby, he raped me. And he's like, bitch, is you for real? And then he jump out the window naked. Such a good movie. Such a good bad movie. Yeah.
I think the only Blaxploitation movie I've ever seen. I don't know what other else.
Black Shampoo?
No.
Okay.
Shaft.
Shaft Big Cigar, Shaft Goes to Africa?
Just for Shaft.
Just Shaft?
Just Shaft.
Man, Shaft Big Cigar and Shaft Goes to Africa.
Are you gonna say they're Blaxploitation movies though?
I mean, it's the genre, so it is what it is. Shaft, like they pointed on that podcast.
Everyone's seen it. It's like
those were the safest movies because they were more studio friendly. So the first Shaft for sure was Blaxploitation, but Shaft Big Cigar and Shaft Goes to Africa and what became a Shaft TV show. Weirdly enough,
I didn't know there was a Shaft TV show.
The way they aired it, again, I just learned it on Lasertime. Please don't think I'm pulling this out of my hat. I just learned it from another podcast. The way they aired it, it was like he was coupled with another show's like universe, and so basically every third week it'd be an episode of Shaft. It's like a 90-minute episode of Shaft, but it's still TV like budget, so like it wasn't worth the while.
I think Marvel had the first shared universe. Oh.
Yeah, I'm thinking like I agree with T. It's like Shaft was like the watered down Blaxploitation movie.
Sorry.
It was the.
I fuck with Shaft go there and Shaft's Big Square and Shaft goes after. I love all three of the movies. So no.
I mean, they're definitely like. I don't know. Like to me, like Superfly, The Mac, Black Shampoo, like when people forget their lines or forget that you can see the mic in the shot, that's a Blaxploitation movie. Shaft, that shit was just like, that shit was super sterile, but
I guess it barely counts then.
and
Like I said, the first Shaft is in. I'm allowed for it, but the next two, yeah, they definitely.
Netflix needs to get some of these movies on.
I guess apparently there's Amazon channels, and they have one channel and it's called Brown Sugar, and on that channel you can get a lot of the Blaxploitation stuff.
Black
I have
Shampoo?
Amazon that helps me none at all.
They don't help Gabe. They might help you, the listener. So there you go.
Good for you, listener.
good for you, spoiled motherfucker. I don't know. I don't know. I am I watched a lot of different movies, and like I do have very fond memories of it. But that shit is diminishing returns. It was like once you've seen, it's like, what movies have you guys seen lately that it was just like you liked, and then when you seen it, it's like, what's this bullshit I'm watching?
All right, I wouldn't say bullshit. I think I already talked about it though. God damn it, I have nothing new.
It's always
There's nothing new under the sun.
It's always somebody's first episode.
Watching Scarface with my wife, who didn't see it as a kid.
Oh man,
Why did I see it as a kid? I don't know. But watching Scarface,
I guess that's a
more
better
grown
question
up,
then.
is like, this is not as good as I remember it being.
See, when I watched Scarface for the first time, I may have been 13. I have seen like a TBS, maybe TNT has.
See, that came on both of those channels
So
a lot.
the various ones were this town's a great big orange waiting to get sucked, or this town's a great big chicken waiting to get plucked. Both of them I really enjoy. As turns of phrase from this town's one great big pussy waiting to get fucked.
I watched the uncensored version at 7 years old. I'm not bragging. Something wrong with my dad.
Her womb is so polluted. I mean, I love it. I don't know, man. It's a lot of good to take from that.
I'm not saying it's not a bad movie. That's why I barely wanted to count it.
Yeah.
As for Anthony's question, but it's the first thing that popped in my head.
Oh, it's a De Palma joint, So
I do love some De Palma movies,
Yeah.
which I like. It was so last night. I this is quick. I know we probably get ready to go in a little bit. So we were cleaning up the kitchen last night, and my girlfriend was like, "Who got some food in the because as soon as we get home, it's snack time." Emery usually has snack time with me in the kitchen, but Anthony has snack time in the living room, like watching videos about octopuses and shit. That's what he likes right now. And then I was like, well, Emery was with me, and then he went in there, and she's like, so who made the mess? I was like, Emery did. She's like, how did that happen? I was like, have you ever seen The King of New York? He was like, no, shit. It was like, yeah, if a dime bag gets sold in the park,
a nickel bag gets sold in the park, I want in.
Yeah, I was like, that's what Emery did, and I was kind of disappointed. Like I pulled up the clip and everything. I was like, oh man, this is the analogy. And she was like, okay, and went to go eat cereal. And
She's just got fat where everybody's starving.
Yeah.
That's my line, bro.
Yeah, that's what Emery was like. You in here eating snacks? I want in. And he goes in there and eats snacks.
Were you disappointed at her reaction or like the?
Her reaction.
Oh, okay. It's not like you watched the movie with like, that's not.
The King of New York is not a good movie. It is not. It's not. But
that little bit right
scene,
there.
you're welcome. You're welcome. And if that whole movie could be that trailer,
that is you go get that little bit just by listening to Fat Joe's second album, Jealous One's Envy. A great record of that time. I might put that on the list.
He's got so much useful stuff today.
I'll be because I'm recording with Swatches and Boomboxes this Sunday. We're going to be discussing Smooth the Hustlers, Once Upon a Time in America. But now that you said that,
which is another movie that's great but way too long.
I might have to bring up Fat Joe, Jealous One's Envy because that's a very good record, man. Fat Joe came through with that sophomore album that he needed to. But anyway,
if you guys can just go to YouTube and pull up The King of New York. That's what I thought my son was doing.
Any lunch, any movies that watching with new eyes?
Well,
I had lent out the Batman trilogy to somebody, and they just watched the final movie on Sunday, and it was at that moment when I was like, how did you like it? And they're like, oh, it was alright, I just didn't like the ending. And then I thought about it myself, I'm like, yeah, I really don't like that ending either, even though I love that movie.
I haven't seen it a second time, but I've watched Batman Begins several times, Dark Knight several times. Only seen Dark Knight Rises once.
What part of the ending don't you like?
Just how like open ended it is with him at the cafe. I mean, I get it was Alfred's dream.
It would be my
whatever.
dream to see you at a cafe one day.
Only thing that bothered me about that ending was that Robin bullshit. And I'm like,
I didn't. I hated that.
Sir, that's a Mr. Fantastic reach, and I'm unhappy with you for doing that.
I love that part. I love. I mean, first of all,
anybody else's name though.
I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I think
I do as well. And
but I don't understand why in these last like 5 years he hasn't. Besides, he hasn't really done a whole lot in the last couple of years. But I was hoping that we would get a Nightwing movie out of that, something like that.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. Because I remember, like, when a couple weeks ago you told me that she had watched the second movie, and you were like, well, you know, this is superior. And I was kind of like, fuck you, lunch in my head. Like, that movie ain't better. And I kept on thinking about it like I was sitting on a rock with a bird on my shoulder, like, is it better? I've been thinking about it ever since you said it. I was like, is it? I keep on going back and forth in my head, like, is it better? Because Bane is the Joker was a great villain, but those punchlines by Bane is so fucking good.
Bane is the Joker's well acted. Bane is well written.
Yeah. Oh, he be fucking Batman up, and he be punching the shit out of him.
Dude, it's like
he is so rude, and it's so good. But then the Joker was just like, he was well acted. His whole he did his whole body in that movie. Yeah. That one scene when he be walking out the hospital and the bomb don't go off, he didn't need a line right there.
Yeah.
But that whole, do you feel in charge?
Right.
Oh my God, those movies are the trilogy.
Death does not scare you. Your punishment must be more severe. I mean, like you said,
must be more severe. Bane is so good.
Born in the dark. What did he say? Molded by it. I didn't see nighttime was but a man, and all it was blinding. And it's like, yo,
man. It was kind of.
Bane was like a poet. He spoke poetically, if you will. And
I could see the handlebar mustache in my mind while he's saying all these lines.
Yeah, he was a super villain.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like the Joker was an insane person. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they both well acted. Like I said, I love that. The first one, Ra's al Ghul, and they keep pronouncing Ra's al Ghul, however they pronounce it. I was like,
one bothered me too.
Didn't like how they pronounced it. Didn't like how they had Liam Neeson play it, and so forth and so on. But the next two, like I said, I told Box, that's the Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi of that trilogy.
That movie was like a cheesecake. Before you knew, like, say you had a cheesecake, and then the next day your mom make another one with a better crust and then cherries on top. Then the last movie, it was just like, oh, you got some ice cream too. What the fuck, Mom? I got cheesecake, ice cream. It was just all of it. And then the third, I mean, I don't know, like that the first one is good, but because like Scarecrow is fucking weird, and I mean
he was good.
It was a good setup, but it's fucking weird. Yeah. And then like that, the second one is just like, I don't know if there's a more perfect movie than that.
I think the Scarecrow's motivation in the comic was much better than the movie. In the movie, he was just trying to make some money. I'm like, that's not Scarecrow.
Yeah,
that mask was super sweet, though.
Scarecrow just like got off on scaring people.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can't make a movie out of that.
I don't know what film ain't scratch my itch. I'm touchy about what I watch and what I rewatch. Is usually stuff I'm like I really have an affinity for. I just did buy a real nice version, a nice edition of Grosse Point Blank from Amazon. It found I want to say it's a European version, and it's in a nice metal case. So I really love that movie. If you've never seen Grosse Point Blank, top 20 movie I'll allow for it. I guess in my top 20 of movies. I ain't gonna put it way up there, but I love John Cusack, and I love Minnie Driver, and I love them together in that movie.
Well, I bought a classic from the Goodwill from Amazon. It's called Pooh's Heffalump Halloween movie.
All right.
If you guys been listening,
Lumpy, does he like stalk each member of Pooh's clan until there's
when he
none
gets
left
out, he has a
for
tear.
revenge?
When he gets out of the 40-acre jail, the 100-acre jail, he has a teardrop under his eye, and his name is Lumpy X now. No, I'm just kidding. It's,
Call him Lump Drew.
yeah, it was
The first movie was 12 Years of Heffalump.
yeah.
And then it's like Heffalump Unchained for the sequel.
It was a good movie for my son to watch.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I bought it just for my son can watch. He loves Halloween shit. Like he's like, can we watch Paranorman again? I'm like, that shit is not on demand no more.
You ever watched what's that house? What's that one?
The Monster House.
Monster House. Yeah.
Scarier than I
Yeah.
expected.
He's
Darker than I expected.
and then more touching.
Dan Harmon and Rob Schraub wrote that movie.
Oh wow, yeah,
My man who did Community wrote that movie. Yeah.
my son likes that. He asked about it. I'm like, stop asking about Halloween movies. They're not on demand no more.
I think I got that on DVD, so if he need it.
Hey, you know what? We can do.
His uncle got it.
Yeah, he been asking about that movie. I'm like, it's not on demand no more. It's not Halloween no more. You know, you won't even give Christmas or Halloween shit. Thanksgiving shit a chance. Nah, but he's moved on. Like I said, every night is I want to learn about jellyfish tonight, or sea otters, and
Nice.
yeah, that's what we've been watching every night now.
Excellent.
I got a son story, but it's not positive. It's very
Oh
negative.
man,
I think I told it on Twitter, but I did not tell it here.
All right.
I hate
So-
to be a bear, but I gotta go.
All right. I can save it for next time.
It's all good. You can just throw it in our Patreon show.
it's all
You can go
good.
follow me on Twitter and freaking see the story for yourself, you bastards.
I mean,
That's not really how
I
we
guess I'm a
describe you.
bastard because I'm not on Twitter enough to know what happened.
Yeah, shit. I got on Twitter the other day, and I was 3 days back on my feed.
Nice.
So I just hit the tap, went right to the new one. I scrolled down 10 tweets, and then I got out.
Well, you guys are good. I'm talking about the listener here.
I've been having a real good go at Twitter. I've been trying to back out of Facebook, so I've been really my focus, of course, has swung over to Twitter, and it's proven to be a much more conducive environment to what I fucks with. Like video games and hoes.
And then the internet has ruined Tumblr, so man, Tumblr sucks now.
Tumblr's a difficult neighborhood to get around in now.
I mean, because like they deleted blogs, but at the same time, it's like, oh, we're deleting all the hardcore stuff. No, y'all deleted some regular shit too.
Yeah. So
I don't got no recipes or architecture coming down my timeline on there.
it's all to the good people. We will see you next time. That is Tatum216. That is the real ODP. I pointed the wrong person. That's Lunchbox 2099.
Something they would never know.
This was a girthy episode.
I am the Internet's Hero 713. I know you loved it. Peace.